Hello and welcome to Need I Say Myrrh, the Christmas podcast. I am not Adam Thomas. My name's Dan James, but I am here with Adam Thomas, the founder of the feast, indeed. And so I thought it'd be great this year to find out from him. Hello, Adam, contestant number one. What's your name? Where do you come from?
I'm Adam, and I'm not sure about contestant. That makes me a bit nervous. I come from England, but I currently live in Wales. Lived in Bridgend in South Wales for 10 years now, and I'm pastor of Litchfield Mission Church here in Bridgend.
As you did with me on the first podcast of this series, I thought it'd be good to check in on your answers from last year, to see whether they're still consistent or not. Um, so, your favourite Xmas food, Christmas food, you've said it isn't pork pies, because you don't especially like the festive shenanigans.
hmm
What would you say your favourite Christmas food is?
I think I said stuffing, and I think it would still be stuffing. Yeah,
Excellent,
I do like a good bit of stuffing.
excellent. That is exactly what you said. Um, now, your favourite non-religious Christmas song?
Uh, and it is still the same. It is What Christmas Means to Me by the Hanson cover of it, which is a classic, underrated Christmas song.
We had the joy of seeing Hanson live the other year as a family, which made my wife's 2023.
That is very
Um,
special. Yes, I do feel a bit jealous. Okay.
they didn't do what Christmas means to me as it was made.
It's a shame.
Um, your least favorite Christmas decoration?
Tinsel.
Yeah, sadly. And your favorite nativity character?
I think I would have said either Simeon or Anna. I can't remember who I settled on.
You did say Simeon.
Oh, there you go. I like that sense of that waiting, then that Sunny reaching that moment of arrival. So I do like that kind of as an Advent theme.
And I'd like you to let us know in a future episode because we do welcome correspondence on this podcast. If you'd like to get in touch, please email needisaymyrrh at gmail.com. That's needisaymyrrh at gmail.com. We do welcome correspondence.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed at how well you've settled into this hosting role, Dan.
I've been training for weeks.
I feel a bit threatened though in terms of season three. Like, am I going to be out of a job?
Absolutely not. I'm here filling in for 1 week only. So we are here to ask the same four questions we've asked everybody on this series so far. You've done an excellent job so far. I haven't. We're only on. Today is December the 16th, so I haven't heard the final few episodes. So you may have dipped by then.
I'm based on the guest list. Yeah, it's going to dip quite dramatically. Yeah, I can't remember who it is going to be tomorrow.
Well, they've just got dissed. So Adam, what is your favorite Christmas decoration?
So, like a lot of people, we have a tradition of getting a new Christmas decoration each year to put on the tree. And this is my new one for this year. I'll hold it up, even though this is an audio podcast. I am aware of that. So this is a little Christmas pudding. Now this is special for a few reasons. So this wasn't actually bought by me; it was given by me. We have some friends in the church here who are moving to England, sadly, and so they're moving on the 23rd of December. That's quite brave, isn't it? Time to
Ouch.
move house. Um, but they gave me this as I don't know, as a farewell gift or as a gift just at the moment of their farewelling. And so it's special for that reason that this will be a memory of them for the future. But also inside it has a Ferrero Rocher inside the crisp pudding, and there's a story behind that as well because I can't remember what I was preaching through at the time, but there was a series of sermons where, from probably for about five sermons in a row, I mentioned how much I like Ferrero Rocher. And now this has become a thing that every so often I get gifts of Ferrero Rocher. So it is I think, one of the things I've most learned as a preacher in recent years is that if you have something, a favorite food item, mention it regularly in sermons, and that will pay very rich rewards. So that is my favorite this year. And so, like some other people, I think my favorite is the one that we get in any given year. And so this Christmas pudding with a Ferrero Rocher inside is my favorite, I think.
That's good to know. Okay, so I've also got some bonus questions for
Oh
you.
wow.
Some are more opinion based and some are more fact based. So I've got two on the back of that one. This is more opinion. Which would be your favourite Christmas chocolate box? Would it be Roses, Quality Street, Celebrations, or Heroes? Out of those four, which would be your favourite?
Heroes?
Okay, I think that's the choice I would definitely agree with. I think, and then linked with that, I wondered if you could tell me how many decorations there are on the James family Christmas tree this year.
42.
Ah, I'm afraid there's 83. So close, halfway there. And it's only I should have said it is only a 6 foot tree. So that may explain why there's more than you think. Okay, if you agree with Adam on the type of Christmas decoration, please do write in. We do welcome correspondence on this podcast. The email is needisaymyrrh@gmail.com. What is your least favorite Christmas food?
So I have mentioned last year about the whole festive pork pie thing. I don't go in for that. But I think I do have it somewhere. What I'm going to give as my least favorite. This is some cranberry sauce. So I'm a big fan of turkey for Christmas. I know that's received a lot of criticism on this podcast. I think turkey is good, but I'm not sure why you would have this cranberry sauce, really. I don't really see the point. So yeah, it's my least favorite. So we have it because my wife likes it. Uh, but yeah, it's just not good. Just have turkey with the other proper Christmas dinner items, really.
I mean, if you need moisture with it, have gravy, right?
Great. Well, yeah, and having gravy and cranberry sauce, I don't understand why you do that.
I would again side with you on that. We don't have cranberry sauce makes no appearance at the James family Christmas dinner. So on the back of that, I've got two more quiz questions for you. Three, related around food. What year did the first turkeys come to Britain?
Uh, I wonder if it's one of those ones that's much more modern than you might think, like 1927.
Okay, I'm afraid the actual answer is 1541. That's question one of your food-based questions. Question two is, what is the population of Turkey?
Is it like, I don't know, 42 million?
You're so close to nearly half. It is 85,514,978.
Okay. I'm really glad that I'm the only contestant for this.
And along with that, what is the population of Brussels?
Okay, 2.1 million.
Spot on. Genuinely. I am shocked. Okay, so that's 1 point. Okay, excellent. Well, if you happen to love cranberry sauce, we do welcome correspondence on this podcast. The email address is needisaymyrrh@gmail.com. So if you'd like to write in and disagree with Adam, then feel free. Okay, next question. Christmas Eve traditions. You have hinted on previous podcasts at some traditions you have in your house, but recap some of them for us now and tell us any ones we've not heard of.
We don't have a huge amount of traditions, partly because, well, in recent years, as a pastor, often Christmas Eve there's a kind of church ministry element of it. So a lot of our kind of family Christmas celebrations are from like lunchtime on Christmas Day onwards, and we yeah do more together. But we do have our Christmas Eve pajamas. That is a thing that we all get new pajamas on Christmas Eve. So we'll be getting that, and mine are given to me, so I don't know what I'm going to get. And likewise, Hannah's are given to her, so she doesn't know what she's going to get. And we do get a a book that we read together. It's like a new book for the children. And I can't remember what we got last year. I don't know what we've got this year, but yeah, a book that we'll read a bit together with some hot chocolate. That's kind of like our main traditions: pajamas, hot chocolate, a book, and some work ready for Christmas Day service, which we do have here, 10 o'clock. Everyone welcome, Litchfield Mission Church. Come along.
I'll see if we can make it, but I'm sure people nearby, if they're listening in Bridgend area or the Greater South Wales area, please do attend.
Well, I imagine if they're listening to Bridgend area, it's because they're members of my church and will probably be coming anyway. But yes,
Okay, some more questions for you then. What year was It's a Wonderful Life released?
uh, 1946.
Spot on again. You're on a roll. And because a lot of families on Christmas Eve will leave out treats for a potential visitor overnight,
Mhm.
mince pies are often let out as well for that visitor. Um, do you know what the earliest written reference, what year the earliest written reference to a mince pie was?
1421.
So close, 1624.
It's so close.
So
Yeah.
that's Tudor era, isn't it? 1624. That would have been King Henry VIII yamming down on a mince pie. I'm looking forward to how many questions make it into the final edit. So that's the best bit about this. And then last question on this round: what year did the real Saint Nicholas die?
I don't know. Like 401.
Very close, 343. Okay, well, if so, that was your Christmas Eve traditions. If you have any opinions on Adam's Christmas Eve traditions, we do welcome correspondence on this podcast. Please do send an email to needisaymyrrh@gmail.com. And then finally, from the formal questions, what is your favorite Christmas carol?
Well, I'll give two answers to this because my favorite Christmas carol is one that other people have mentioned and like they've talked about it, so I won't say too much about it, which is Hark the Herald Angels Sing. That's my favorite classic Christmas carol because it has a great tune, great words,
Yeah.
and so there's not really anything more to say on that. That's the one that we will sing uh, quite a number of times at Christmas. There's a newer song that I've come across this year that I've really enjoyed, that I've been listening to a lot, that we have introduced to our church as well. And so that's the one that I'm going to choose as my favorite for this year that isn't Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And it's one by Resound Worship called On Christmas Day. And it's written by Matt Osgood. I don't know who he is. But it's there are a few reasons why I enjoy it. From a pastor's point of view, I enjoy the fact that it's a new song that is actually singable by a small congregation that only has a piano. And so I'll give a shout out to Praise Trust with their Christmas Praise book, who are making some songs accessible with people who just churches just have a piano and pianists who only read actual sheet music rather than chords. We need more of that. But so I appreciate that, and it is singable. Um, but also in terms of the words that just capture what it meant for the word to become flesh. I'll just read the first two verses, which describe, um, yeah, Jesus coming into this world. The repeated line is, "This is Emmanuel, God with us." What does it mean for God to be with us? It says, "On Christmas Day, a humble girl gives birth to hope for all the world. This is Emmanuel. How awesome and mysterious! The Lord of heaven draws near to us. This is Emmanuel. The hands that once split night from day now feebly clutch a blade of hay. This is Emmanuel. Majestic King, now small and weak, the word of God must learn to speak. This is Emmanuel." And just that image of what it meant for the word to become flesh, that the word of God must learn to speak, the one who came as a baby and grew. And so, in terms of appreciating more of what it meant for Jesus to be Emmanuel, I've very much enjoyed that song that I was introduced to this Christmas, and maybe we'll be introducing some of our listeners to now as well. So it's called On Christmas Day by Resound Worship, available on YouTube or wherever you get your music from.
I've never heard of it, and I'm looking forward to listening to it when we finish recording and maybe introducing it to our guys next year because it's too late this year to introduce a new one yet. Um, Maybe other people of your listeners though like that song and would like to write in. If you do, we do welcome correspondence on this podcast. The email address is needisaymyrrh@gmail.com. I've got a few more bonus questions for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Feel free again to edit all of these bonus bits out, but I thought it'd be a bit of fun. Given that we were talking about carols, when was "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" written? Do you know what year that was?
1737.
2 years out, 1739. Okay, I've got a few more history questions for you, and then some big number questions for you. What year was the first Christmas card sent in the UK?
Oh, I think this is a Victorian thing, like 1871.
1843.
Oh, okay.
And then what year was the first Christmas cracker invented?
Oh, I don't know whether that's one that's like older than we might think. Like whether it's something like 1776.
Well, it may well have been. They were first officially used as Christmas crackers in 1847.
Okay, there we go.
But I do know they existed as children's toys before that. Um, and their name was Bangs of Expectation when they were first. It's quite a good name. I prefer that.
Yeah, we need to bring that name back. Bangs of Expectation. Yeah.
And then three more big number questions that you've got no chance of getting right. But you did get the population of Brussels spot on. So
Yeah.
maybe, who knows? Okay, a New York family holds the world record for the most ever Christmas lights on a residential property. How many lights did they have?
57,000.
Okay, it's 601,000, so close. Um, Some of my statistics are a little bit dated, but that's all I could get information on. How many Christmas trees did Brits buy in 2018? So I think 2 years pre-pandemic, if that helps.
How many Christmas trees? 80 million.
Oh, you've well overshot. It's 9.8 million.
I just imagine everyone getting at least one.
Every person in Britain.
Yeah, like households of like six people having one each.
Okay, so we talked about the first ever Christmas card in 1847. One of the very first ones sold at auction in 2014 for how much?
3.4 million.
Oh, again, you've well overshot. It's only 8,500. Cheap.
Oh, that is very cheap. Yeah, there we go.
Absolute bargain.
So whoever owns it, like you need to sell that. You can make a tidy profit on that. Yeah.
Adam's buying it for at least triple.
I'm very happy to buy it for 3.4 million. Yeah. Send me a message. Send me a message, needisaymyrrh@gmail.com. That's needisaymyrrh@gmail.com.
I've heard you do welcome correspondence on these issues. If anybody else has got a more expensive Christmas card they know of, please get in touch. Adam, thank you very much for all your answers. I hope you have a very wonderful and happy and merry and jolly and all the appropriate adjective Christmases. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you very much for hosting us today, Dan. And I hope you have a very happy Christmas too.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.